This is Kazi, a YouTuber known for his adrenaline-filled adventures into haunted and abandoned places. His channel has been around for nearly a decade, filled with everything from lighthearted content to downright terrifying explorations. But this time, the fear hits a little closer to home. Kazi, along with his close friends Danny and Ali, sets out to explore a haunted forest in Ottawa, a place cloaked in mystery, superstition, and dark local legends. For as long as they can remember, this forest has been the subject of chilling rumors, stories of a dangerous man with a gun who's said to roam the woods. Even after 20 years, the warnings haven't stopped. And now, as adults, they decide it's time to face those childhood fears head on.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Kazi Official, and welcome to another video. So let me get right to it. 25 years ago in my neighborhood that I grew up in with the boy Danny and Ali, who's over there. We grew up in a neighborhood and there was this massive forest. It was a terrifying forest because we were told as kids to never go into the forest. Apparently there was this tall figure, old man that walked around with a shotgun, and so we stayed out. We never went, but some of our friends actually went into the forest. Ali actually knows the childhood friend that went in there. And what's your recollection of what happened?
So Rami and Mark went into the forest. They're two of our friends from childhood. They ventured off deep in. No matter what we said, they wanted to go. We tried to tell them not to, and they got chased out by a dude wearing all black and a shotgun.
So why is that important today? Well, there's a rumor in the city that we're from, Ottawa, that there's this old man or tall man. It's very similar to what we grew up with, walking around in a black robe or a black shadow figure. We've heard mixed things, different things. We actually want to go explore it together. All right, so we just parked outside of the forest. Well, the thing is, the forest is so massive that anywhere is the forest, right, Danny? Because I'm absolutely terrified. Like, that's why.
You know what hit me on our way here?
What?
Usually we drive hours to get to the location. We go there far away from home. This was
close to home.
This hits very close to home.
They park near the edge of the forest, only steps away from a place that has haunted their imaginations since they were kids. The air is thick with tension, but curiosity drives them forward. At first, everything feels normal. But as they stray from the main path, that false sense of comfort begins to unravel.
I don't know about you guys, but I have no signal.
Where? Oh, shh.
We have to leave right here. We have to leave right now.
Well, hold on. How many is that? How many? Those are coyotes for sure, right?
Coyote.
Well, how many?
Suddenly, eerie laughter cuts through the air, echoing from deep within the trees. It sounds animalistic. Coyotes maybe, but it's not just one. It's several. A group. The unsettling chorus puts the entire group on edge. Still, they push forward, taking a new path deeper into the forest. And that's when they find it.
There's a door and it's actually open.
Yo, I'm gonna check this side. We came off trail and we just found a busted down shed. You guys are inside? How'd you get in?
A cabin, weathered, hidden, and completely abandoned. Drawn by curiosity, they step inside. What they discover inside is deeply disturbing.
What the hell is this?
Bro, look at this.
What the hell is this? Yo, be careful. What?
Yo, is that a satellite dish right there?
Don't touch it with your hand, bro. Don't touch it with your hand.
Does anybody have gloves?
Clearly been here and did something. Why is there salt, by the way?
Bro, there's somebody doing a ritual. This is like full-on ritual shit.
Yeah. No, I know. Like, this looks like a ritual that we would do.
A ritual scene, salt, candles, and a mirror arranged deliberately at the center of the room. The setup is ominous, clearly used for something that wasn't meant to be seen. But that's not all. There's fresh food, still sitting on a table nearby, proof that someone else has been here, maybe recently, maybe still nearby. Despite their growing unease, they decide to perform a ritual of their own, using the items left behind. And then, it happens.
Eth, Rof, Niap, Ro. Oh my god.
Bro, we have to leave.
Yo, it got very eerie. You hear that? Something, yo, that wasn't outside. That was in here. Something fell. Something in here. Okay. We don't have to panic.
It could have just been something fell. It could have been just
something. It was in here. That was, Well, I didn't finish it. I didn't finish it.
No, but I don't even think you should.
You were
bro.
saying it a second time.
You think so?
Yeah. Just try. You want to finish it? Or you
Honestly, I don't care about the stupid ritual. Can we grab a?
Okay, no, let's hold on.
Wait. Hold on.
Grab a stick. Grab a stick. Grab a stick.
Okay, we need to put this out.
Two deafening bangs erupt from somewhere nearby, echoing through the cabin walls. Panic sets in. Are the noises supernatural, or is someone outside? Terrified, they bolt from the cabin, rushing out into the night. But outside, there's no safety waiting for them.
And thorns, man. My light's dead from my camera. I'm using my phone. Like, this is messed
How
up.
do we get out of here?
What the? No.
What? Go. What's wrong with you, bro?
What do you mean, go?
Bro, I literally just saw someone standing there, bro. Go.
Hold on, here, give me. Let me see.
No,
Yeah, bro, you're seeing things, Ali. You're
I'm
seeing
not
things.
seeing anything.
Bro, there's literally nothing.
Oh my God.
Where?
Step back. Hello? Hello? Holy. You saw that, right? You saw that.
Where's the way out, man?
It's this way, Danny. This way.
A man is standing in the bushes, watching them, silent, still. They can't tell if he's dangerous, but something about him feels wrong, very wrong. Without hesitation, they take off, sprinting back through the woods in total darkness. But the nightmare isn't over.
And hold on. Do you hear?
Bro, I see a light. Yo, get it, go.
Holy.
Go.
Behind them, the man begins chasing them. Flashlight in hand, he's running at full speed. What was once a ghost hunt has now become a fight to escape a real-life threat. The group scrambles through the thick underbrush, hearts pounding, until they finally reach their car. They jump in, slam the doors, and tear down the road, leaving the forest and whatever was inside it far behind. But even as they drive off, one terrifying question remains. Who was that man? Could he be the very figure people have warned about for decades? They may never get an answer. But one thing is certain. They'll never set foot in that forest again. What's up, Silent Nightmare family? I have something huge to share with you today. We just crossed an incredible milestone, 50,000 subscribers. But now it's time to set our sights even higher. If we hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of September, 10 lucky subscribers will each receive a $50 gift card. You can choose any gift cards. That's $500 in total prizes as a thank you to this amazing community. It's super easy to enter. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like this video. Comment below with your favorite Silent Nightmare video or your scariest camping story. That's it. Let's hit 100K together and celebrate the only way we know how, with a massive giveaway. In July of 2023, British YouTuber Andrew, the creator of the paranormal investigation channel Proving Demons, known for venturing into haunted and abandoned locations across the United Kingdom, Andrew's latest video quickly gained traction. And for good reason. What started as a standard ghost hunt spiraled into a terrifying real-life nightmare. The location? A remote, crumbling house tucked deep within the English countryside. Its exact coordinates kept hidden for safety reasons. Joined by a few close friends, Andrew began the investigation with a 30-minute drive, eventually parking near a quiet roadside and trekking the rest of the way on foot through thick brush and wooded paths. As they approached the building, a heavy silence settled around them. The moment they stepped inside, they noted the unnerving atmosphere, cold, quiet, and decaying. The house felt off. Still, the group pressed forward, cautiously checking each room to ensure they were alone. For a while, everything seemed fine. They soon began using various pieces of ghost hunting equipment, hoping to pick up any paranormal activity. A few blips and readings appeared, just enough to raise eyebrows, but nothing concrete. Hoping for stronger evidence, they made their way upstairs. That's when things took a terrifying turn.
I don't like that. Can we also address the giggling? Yeah. Like, I'm 99% sure that's actual people outside.
Yes. We literally go. Smell. Somebody's here.
Okay, let's go. Downstairs.
That's the stairs. Alright, somebody's here. guys, me and Alex up front. Wait. Hold up, let me put some stuff away. Move back for a sec so I can put my stuff away.
Keep on the stairway. Keep on the stairway. Shit. Go. Let's go.
Careful. Do not run. Yeah, I know.
Without warning, loud bangs echoed through the house. Sharp, aggressive, and far too real to ignore. The group froze. Then, instinct kicked in. They began to back away from the noise, but the banging didn't stop. In fact, it grew louder and closer. Realizing the potential danger, they bolted toward the exit. But as they reached the stairs, they encountered something that turned their fear into panic.
Is this a way out? Oh, where?
Front left.
Find an exit. Just go. Find an exit. No, that's the way out.
The banging noises didn't stop. They followed them. The group burst out of the building, but once outside, they were met with a new problem. They were lost. Surrounded by dense bushes and unfamiliar terrain, every path they took either looped back or ended in dead ends. They couldn't find the road, and the sounds from the house kept growing louder, as if whoever was inside was now actively looking for them. With no other option, they hid, crouched behind thick brush, barely speaking, trying not to make a sound.
This ain't the way out. Stop panicking. Go.
They've got weapons.
What? It doesn't matter, dude.
Some sort of weapon.
You know.
I heard them firing. I don't know what it is. It could be a pellet gun.
It's like a chainsaw. No.
It could be a fucking BB gun. It could be something, but it's definitely something we don't want to walk into.
Okay.
Listen to me very, very clearly. I can see crystal clear right now. No lights. You need to listen to me. I don't just speak about what I say. You don't question me. You just go in.
There's lights over there. Oh, get down there. Look at first. What'd they say? What did he say?
He said, come out and do something bad for you. Go, enter these people. They're not.
For nearly 20 minutes, they remained frozen in place, heartbeats pounding in their ears. At some point, Andrew stopped filming, now focused solely on surviving. Later, he revealed what happened next. Desperate and disoriented, they decided to make a run for it. But the only way they knew was back through the building. But when they returned, things went from terrifying to life-threatening. Standing near the building were 3 armed men. Without hesitation, the group turned and ran, sprinting back toward the road as fast as they could. The men chased after them, shouting, closing in. But the explorers didn't stop. Adrenaline pumping, they finally spotted their car in the distance. They jumped in, slammed the doors shut, and tore off down the road. Breathless, shaken, but alive. Once safely away, they called the police and reported everything they had experienced: the armed men, the chase, and the entire ordeal. Authorities responded quickly and headed to the location to investigate. Andrew later shared that police took the matter seriously and launched a search in the area. Looking back, Andrew called it the scariest experience of his life, not because of the ghosts, but because of the very real people they encountered. If they had made just one wrong turn, the outcome could have been tragically different. They walked in looking for spirits, but they ended up fleeing for their lives. So the question is, what exactly were those men doing in that house? And what would have happened if the explorers hadn't made it out in time? We may never know. But one thing is certain, this was more than just a ghost hunt. It was a brush with something far more dangerous. Meet Haley, a fearless YouTuber you might recognize from her channel, The Abandoned Camper. True to its name, Haley ventures into some of the most remote and eerie locations, often camping completely alone. Sometimes it's stealth style, other times in her hammock or tent. No crew, no backup, just her, the camera, and the unknown. It's July 15th, 2022, and Haley is setting out on what should be a peaceful solo trip deep into the wilderness. The sun is out. The forest is alive with birdsong. It's the kind of day that makes you forget how quickly peace can turn to unease. After an hour of hiking through thick woods, she stumbles upon the perfect campsite, a quiet, open patch nestled between tall trees. It feels right. As evening falls and golden light fades into deep shadows, Haley decides to do a little more exploring before night takes hold. She's heard there's an abandoned cemetery nearby, just a 15-minute walk away. Curiosity wins out. She heads off, unaware that this decision will change the tone of her entire trip.
But there is a part of it that is abandoned. Those dogs are barking at me. I'm probably the only one that's here at this time.
At first, the cemetery is just as she expected. Old, overgrown, eerily quiet. But she's not alone. In the distance, she spots a group of young boys lingering near the edge of the graves. Their presence is unsettling. She tries to stay hidden, hoping they haven't noticed her. But they have.
Oh, if you can't tell, it's pretty dark here, right now. But there are kids here, like young kids, in the cemetery. And I'm wondering how active this place actually is. Do people come here at night and kind of party in the forest or something? Anyways, I'm heading back to my spot. So I think I'll finish my exploring tomorrow morning. And because there seems to be still a lot of stuff here. See? I think they know I'm here. That's not good. Fuck.
As Haley turns to leave, loud, taunting screams echo through the forest. Sharp, mocking, deliberate. The boys are trying to scare someone, and Haley knows. They're talking to her.
Keep this recording. Just in case. But I'm also gonna stop and find out what they're doing, if they're actually watching me or not.
She immediately switches off her flashlight and stands still, barely breathing, hoping they'll move on. But they don't. The boys are scanning the trees, calling out, moving closer. It's no longer a prank. It feels like a hunt. Heart racing, Haley decides not to wait around. She quietly but quickly makes her way back toward her campsite, hoping to put as much distance between herself and whatever this is. She arrives breathless but relieved. Her camp is untouched. She lights a fire, cooks a quick meal, and sits quietly by the flickering flames, trying to bring herself back to calm. The forest feels still again. Maybe it's over, but then...
I just had to put out the fire because there are people walking around back here. They don't have headlamps on, but like I said in my last video, I do not like being around people in the middle of a forest, especially when it's dark out. So I might pack up and get out of here when I think the coast is clear.
Footsteps, faint, slow, deliberate, just beyond the tree line. Haley freezes. The sound moves in a slow circle around the camp, just out of view. Could it be the boys? If so, they followed her all the way from the cemetery, a terrifying possibility. She listens carefully, hoping the sounds will fade, but they don't. They're getting closer. With no idea who or what is out there, Haley makes the difficult decision to leave. Her fear outweighs her frustration. She quietly packs her gear, douses the fire, and slips away into the night. No camera outro, no cinematic shots, just a gut feeling and the overwhelming need to get out. As she walks away from the dark, silent forest, she can't shake the feeling that she made the right choice. Something was off. Something was watching. She takes one last glance back and disappears into the night. What do you think? Was it just a group of kids messing around? Or was something more sinister happening out there in the woods? Luckily, we'll never have to find out. This horrifying footage was captured by Gaz, a YouTuber you might know from his channel Grizzly Gaz, where he shares his solo camping adventures across the UK. In just 3 years, Gaz has built a loyal following who enjoy watching him explore the wild, test out gear, and embrace the beauty of nature. But sometimes, his peaceful escapes take a much darker turn. And that's exactly what happened in this video. Let's go back to October 29th, 2023. It's a cold, wintry evening, but that doesn't stop Gaz from heading out into the woods. Thankfully, he's not alone. His loyal dog, Fendi, is right by his side as they trek into a remote forest. As Gaz checks in with his viewers, he explains that this isn't just any forest, it has a reputation. According to local rumors, pagans are said to perform rituals here, often gathering at midnight near a large fallen tree. It's the kind of place most would avoid, but for Gaz, curiosity always wins. Intent on finding the infamous tree, Gaz hikes deeper into the forest and eventually sets up camp beside it. Maybe not the wisest choice in hindsight. As the sun disappears and darkness takes over, Gaz quickly pitches his tent. It's easy to spot in the night thanks to reflective markers, useful for him, but also for anyone, or anything.
I'll tell you one thing, it looks creepy, so let's camp here, shall we? See, tent. Now it's not pitch black yet, but it's dark enough. The only thing that you can see, look, that gives it away is the guy line connectors. Ah, look at that. Even got my own bench, look. That's good, isn't it? So what I'm gonna do is have something to eat and then we'll go for a wander around once it gets dark. And
With his flashlight and camera, Gaz ventures into the forest, hoping to uncover something eerie, maybe even spot a ritual. But as he nears the fallen tree, a heavy unease washes over him.
get lost in here at night time. It'd be pretty hard to get out of here because it just all looks the same, and there's not many like proper paths really. It's just all like little games. Creepy down here, but that's because I've got light shining in my face and I can't see out, and there's a slight breeze in the air, so there's lots of things just dropping from trees because it's autumn now, so there's conkers and all sorts of stuff dropping out. Over here in front of me, it's all dried leaves on the floor, so every time something drops from there,
The pitch black surroundings and the forest's grim reputation begin to weigh on him. But Gaz is no stranger to fear. He pushes on. Back in the tent, things start to get strange.
oh, I did a hot tent camp last week, and that was brilliant, that, but I don't think it's for me in that. It was absolutely scorchio inside tent.
At first, it's just distant knocking, maybe someone chopping wood, but then faint footsteps echo through the trees. Gaz listens closely, trying to trace the source. The knocks grow louder, closer. They seem to circle the tent. Still, he tries to stay calm, talking to Fendi, pretending it's nothing. But he knows better. Then something hits the tent.
Yeah, so like I was saying, it was roasting inside the hot tent, but all the bugs and stuff, it's just not for me. And once I'm in a tent, that's it. I just like to relax then. I don't want to be cutting up wood and this, that and other, especially in a confined space if it's raining. So, but I did enjoy it. I've only done it twice before, and I didn't particularly enjoy it then. Pretty hard to film in these one-man tents, so you're outside there in doorways or twigs falling out of trees, but I keep hearing breaking. Can definitely hear something out there. That's nice, isn't it, mate? Fucking hell, that were a big branch, wasn't it?
Not once, but again and again. At first he thought it was falling branches, but it's becoming obvious. Someone is throwing them, targeting the tent and Gaz.
Oh, this pillow. Oh, fuck! 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 Fucking hell. Where the fuck? Fendi! Fendi! Come here, mate. Oh, you're right. What the fuck was that? Fucking flies. Mate, come on. This is all torch that I've got.
He finally steps outside, camera in hand, trying to spot whoever or whatever is out there. But the forest is pitch black. There's nothing. And yet, he's certain they're not alone.
Looking around me there, aren't it? Right, come here. Come here. Right, I'm going to turn this light off. shaking. Come on, chill out, it's okay. Come on, mate, come on. Come on. Have some balls. Right. I'm gonna have to turn this fucking light back on though, because I can't.
He can't see more than a meter ahead, but whoever's out there, they can see him. The sound of Gaz's heavy breathing says it all. He's terrified, and rightly so. After regrouping with Fendi, they wait in the darkness, hoping the noises will stop, hoping they're alone again. But the feeling never leaves. Finally, Gaz decides it's time to go. He finds his tent, grabs what he can, and flees the forest, leaving the rest behind. The next morning, he returns to the campsite. What he finds confirms everything.
A crazy night that was, eh? When I was packing up, I managed to get my my sleeping bag and everything and get that in my backpack. Then I heard loads and loads of screaming, like shouting from men, and it sounded like there were about 20 or 30 of them. And then they all started running, and it sounded like they were coming towards tent, so I just grabbed my bag and off skis, because my keys were in my bag. I look at my tent. I had to leave my tent here because I just wanted to get out of there. And a few other bits as well that I left. Look at the state of it. Oh, come on, mate. Snap my poles and that. Sleep mat. Where's my cook kit? My cook kit were over here somewhere. Don't mind people scaring you and stuff out of woods, but when they're just going to break stuff as well, what's the point in that? Eh? Oh, it's got rips in that fly sheet as well, look at that.
His tent is shredded, torn apart. Someone, or something, had been there. And had he stayed, the outcome could have been far worse. It's a chilling reminder. While nature can be peaceful, there are places, especially after dark, where something else may be waiting. Luckily, Gaz and Fendi made it out unharmed, but this experience is one they'll never forget. This is Dan, a YouTuber widely known for his chilling explorations into the unknown. Today he takes us deep into a forest in Illinois, USA, a place shrouded in dark legends, whispered rumors of disappearances, and even cult activity. It's October 10th, 2024. When Dan first arrives, the forest seems calm, ordinary even. Sunlight filters through the trees, birds chirp, nothing out of place. But anyone familiar with these woods knows the peace here is deceptive.
Anything like that, because I noticed like they're really not very well maintained. Lots of things blocking paths, yeah, and stuff like that. Like lots of paths, like that looks like an old path, and it's definitely, let's go take a look, and it's definitely grown over. So I kind of guess that people just come out here really to fish and not much else.
As the sun dips below the horizon and the last of the other visitors leave, a heavy silence settles in. Still, Dan presses on, determined to uncover whatever secrets the forest is hiding.
So I am going to go this way down this trail. Where I keep hearing noises from, and hopefully we will find something. I think, like I said, I think it's mixed with sand or rock, just like super loose, like not. What was that? You guys heard that, right?
The deeper he ventures, the more unsettled he becomes. Strange noises begin echoing from the blackness between the trees, rustling that seems too deliberate to be the wind. Trying to make sense of it, Dan activates his spirit talker, hoping to make contact with any entities that might still linger in the shadows. But what happens next sends a jolt of fear down his spine.
All right, I'm listening. What was that, dude? Holy. So I'm like on this wooden pathway, as you guys can see. Dude, it sounded like silent. It sounded like something just jumped down on the middle of this path, of this pathway.
A sudden deafening bang. Close. Too close. Dan freezes. He swings his flashlight toward the noise, but sees nothing. Heart racing, nerves fraying, he decides it's best to head back toward his car. But the night is far from over.
Right before I switched on the camera, I kept hearing like voices down here. Like I heard like at least two people talking, but it was like really hushed like whispers at the end of this trail. I'm wondering if it's just people who haven't cleared out yet, you know what I mean? Like just campers, whatnot, who haven't like cleared out or anything. But I'm not sure. There's somebody who just pulled up by my car. Okay, we're good. We're good. So somebody just pulled up by my car, and it looked really weird. Because I was down there, and I just see this car pull up and throw its hazards on, and then like the door opens like very quietly. So it's like, that's kind of weird that they're pulling up by my car, and you know they're trying to be really quiet. So I thought maybe they're trying to break into my car, and somebody got out. I couldn't see him, like from where I'm standing, I couldn't see him. Like, it was like trees were covering him. Somebody got out and did something. I don't think it's anything in my car, but they got out, they did something. It seemed like something with their own car, and got back in and just drove away. But it's just really weird that this happened. I don't know if I'm kind of on edge right now because I just heard people, you know, like I said, I hear people talking. Heard people talking down that path, and getting that response like you were in danger from Spirit Talker, like I said, like I told you guys, that kind of put me on edge as well. So I don't know if that's it. My nerves are just kind of, you know, playing tricks on me or what, but I'm gonna give it a break for now.
As he walks, a car slowly pulls up beside his parked vehicle. It lingers, watching. Then, without warning, it drives off, leaving Dan with a creeping sense of unease. Who were they, and why were they watching him? He returns to his car, unsettled, but not ready to leave just yet.
I got a fresh battery in the camera, so I should be, and plenty of storage on the SD card, so I should be able to just let her go, let her rip, and yeah, film myself sleeping and catch anything that could be weird. So
Dan decides to spend the night. He keeps the camera rolling just in case anything happens while he sleeps, and something does. About an hour later, a blinding white light pierces the darkness, shining directly into his car, waking him with a jolt. He looks around, dazed, but within seconds, the light vanishes.
Who was that? Who was that? I don't think I should get out of the car. I definitely don't think I should get out of the car.
No footsteps, no voices, no vehicle, just the forest. Silent again. His first thought is that maybe it was the police, but there's no one in sight, and no sign anyone had been there at all. Disturbed and unable to shake the feeling that someone, or something, was watching, Dan decides it's time to go. He starts his car and drives away, leaving behind a forest that seemed to come alive after dark. Whatever haunts those woods may never be explained, but one thing is certain. Dan will never forget what happened that night. Tonight, we follow paranormal investigator Ian as he journeys into the heart of Minnesota's most chilling folklore, tackling 2 locations that locals fear to tread after dark. This investigation is a masterclass in how a place's history can manifest in terrifyingly specific ways, moving from ethereal whispers to direct physical threats. We begin at the infamous Spirit Lake, a place haunted by the legend of a drowned indigenous maiden. The investigation starts with a quiet, atmospheric dread as Ian captures a strange, misty anomaly over the water. But the legend's mournful spirit quickly makes her presence known through a faint, pleading whisper captured on an EVP, a voice that seems to beckon him closer to the water's edge, setting the stage for a truly horrifying escalation.
Mosquitoes are getting me good right now. Whoa. Whoa. What was that? Did you see that? That looked like something. It was hard to make out, but I don't know if I'm just going crazy. It looked like a mist or something floating above the water. I don't know. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I mean, I could just be going crazy. Maybe I just saw something. But I'm gonna have to look back at that footage. I swear I saw something over there. It looked different from all the other lights. That looked way different. I talked to some of the fishermen out here during the day when I was getting B-roll, and one of them said that he has heard the scream before coming from the lake. And apparently, I guess, other fishermen have had their boats break down in the middle of the lake, and then they'll have to have somebody come and tow them, and they'll find that there's nothing wrong with it, there's no reason for it to break down. And I guess people attribute that to the maiden cursing the lake.
The encounter on the fishing dock is where this investigation descends into a chilling ballet of terror. It begins with intelligent K2 meter spikes and fleeting orbs, but the true horror starts with heavy thumping from beneath the dock, as if something is trapped or trying to get his attention from the watery depths.
So I'm going to try a quick EVP session. I got an EVP recorder. Let's see if we can get any responses. If there's a spirit of a Native American maiden here with me, could you speak into this device here that's in my hand? Hello? Is there someone there? I just heard movement, like footsteps walking through this tall grass. Maiden, is that you? I don't know if you can understand me, but could you show yourself? Whoa, did you see that? That looked like an orb. That was a weird orb right there. Thank you for showing yourself. I don't know if that was anything paranormal, but I did just hear those footsteps. Alright, I'm gonna try another burst EVP session. Maiden, if you are here, and if that was you, that was just walking. Maiden, if you are here, could you please say something? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you hear that? That sounded like a lady. Like a female whisper. I couldn't make out what she said, but I'm gonna listen one more time. Could you please say something? Dude, okay, I got goosebumps.
Then comes the climax. A dead, partially eaten fish is violently thrown from the water, landing at his feet. This isn't just a sound or a light anomaly. It's a bizarre and aggressive physical act, a tangible message from the other side. The event is immediately followed by the horrifying sounds of a woman splashing and crying out in the darkness, the unmistakable echo of her drowning. The final terror comes as Ian hears something rushing towards him from the reeds, a clear and present danger that forces him to flee, leaving us with the terrifying image of a spirit not just haunting a place, but actively reliving her traumatic death and lashing out at any who witness it. Transitioning from the sorrowful rage of the lake to the cold malice of Ferguson Cemetery, the tone shifts from tragic to predatory. Here, the lore speaks of an angry boy in an unmarked grave, guarded by phantom hounds. Ian's experience aligns with this dark tale with terrifying precision. The investigation starts with intelligent knocks on trees, but quickly turns hostile when a chillingly clear EVP captures a child's voice telling him to get out.
Is there anyone out here tonight? My name is Ian. I'm just a nightly visitor. Damn, these mosquitoes, man. They are next level right now. They are all over my back, my face. I could hear them in my ear. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's worth it though, if we can get a paranormal experience or two. Why do you haunt this cemetery? It sounded like a little something there. Let me listen again. Why do you haunt this cemetery? There's like a faint whisper, but I can't make out what it's saying. Ugh. That's chilly. Hello? Is there anyone around me? I thought I just heard a voice on that recording. All right, I think I'm gonna try a second one. See if I can get another response. Whoa, whoa. Bounce. 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 What the fuck was that? That was like a knock on the tree. Right here. Is there someone here? Dang, man, that startled me. That was kind of loud. Could have been an animal, I guess. Whoa. Oh. That was here. That was this one this time. These trees are making noises. I don't see any animals up there. Squirrels or birds. If you just knocked on this tree, could you knock on it 3 times? If you knock on it 3 times, I'll know it's you. There was one. Thank you. Could you do it again? 3rd one. Holy shit. Okay, that was weird. That was 3 knocks right there on request. Thank you so much. Oh, dude. Dude, that gave me goosebumps. I don't know, is it a coincidence? I don't know, just let me know what you think. That was weird, I don't know, I'm kind of convinced that someone's here. I've got a PSB 11 spirit box right here. I'm gonna walk around the cemetery with this, see if I can contact the boy or any other spirits that might be in this cemetery. Hopefully maybe I can get some more answers as to why he doesn't want me here, because he told me to get out. So let's see what else he says. Alright, I've got a device here. If any spirits would like to speak, could you speak to this device? It's a spirit box. It won't harm you in any way. Whoa, what was that? That sounded like a growl on there. Are you one of the phantom hounds? I feel ridiculous asking that. But you never know. Dude, that sounded like a bark. I'm hearing like canine-like sounds on here. This is very strange. They will get you. Oh my God, that sounded like the little boy. It sounded like he just said they will get you. Okay, that was absolutely freaky. Are you talking about the dogs that guard your grave? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That was really eerie. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the? Dude, I felt something brush past me. It felt like an animal, like walking by. Like it just brushed past my leg. Was that one of the hounds? Oh my God, oh my God. Okay, that's it, I'm done, I'm done. That was fucking terrifying. This spirit box really doesn't pick up on radio stations much, but even if it did, why would there be dog sounds on the radio? That makes zero sense. I don't know how you would explain that. I'm not hearing anything else on here. I'm gonna pause it.
This is immediately followed by a spirit box session that produces canine growls, barks, and a boy's voice warning, "They will get you," directly confirming the legend of the spectral hounds. The threat becomes physical when Ian feels an unseen animal brush against his leg by the tree line and captures a dark, low-to-the-ground anomaly in a photograph, the Guardians making their presence known. The final confrontation is a direct assault from beyond the grave. At the boy's unmarked tombstone, Ian feels sharp, distinct pinches on his sides, as if from small, angry fingers, a violation that confirms the spirit's aggressive and malevolent nature. This child is not lost or playful. He is territorial and violent. The haunting escalates with the sound of disembodied footsteps and cruel laughter as the spirit begins to toy with him. The night culminates in the classic terrifying image of a small white figure peeking at him from behind a tombstone before vanishing. Ian's investigation doesn't just capture evidence, it validates a dark local legend piece by terrifying piece, proving that the ghostly boy and his phantom dogs are not just a story, but a very real and dangerous presence in the cemetery's eternal night. This next clip comes from Mox, a creator known for pushing the boundaries of fear, from abandoned hospitals to dense, haunted forests, Nothing seems too terrifying for him. Through his channel, Moxley's Paranormal World, he shares his passion for exploring the thin veil between the living and the dead. In this video, Mox sets out on a solo overnight investigation into a forest few dare to enter, especially after dark. The legends surrounding this place are chilling, glowing red eyes watching from the treetops, the haunting sound of a woman sobbing deep in the woods. And Mox is determined to find out if there's any truth behind the tales. It's December 28th, 2024. Night has already fallen by the time Mox arrives. Snow blankets the forest floor, crunching beneath his boots. The cold is biting, and the silence is unnaturally still. But he's prepared to endure the entire night in search of answers. It doesn't take long before things feel off.
This place is supposedly extremely active with paranormal activity. I have to come out. I have to come and check it out. The rumours for myself. Yeah. It's a strange feeling out here. Let's go and see what we can capture. It's a cold night. I think it's something like -4 at the minute. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning now, so I'm just going to get to the spot where people have witnessed most of the paranormal. I know there's 3 different ways, but I got told go over the bridge, and that's where a lot of it happens.
The forest has a weight to it, as if something unseen is pressing in from all sides. Mox tries to brush it off. Maybe it's just nerves, maybe it's the isolation. But as he pushes deeper into the woods, the sense of unease only grows stronger. Every step feels heavier, every shadow darker. Then, the sounds begin.
It does feel like something's here. Hello? I swear somebody was just stood up here. Hello?
Unexplainable noises echo through the trees, brief, fleeting, and just out of reach. At first it's subtle, then clearer, the steady crunch of footsteps mirroring his own. He spins around, scanning the darkness, but nothing's there. No movement, no wildlife. Just the growing suspicion that he's not alone. His instincts scream at him to turn back. But Mox doesn't run. Not yet. He steadies himself and continues, pushing past the fear, determined to uncover whatever secrets this place might hold. That's when he stumbles upon something unexpected.
I feel like I'm being stalked. I'm getting that sixth sense like there's somebody else here with me. Don't feel nice. Hey, I tell you what, let's put the laser on. Is there someone back there? I'm just getting deeper and deeper into this woodland. I have no idea where I'm going now. Whistling. Yo, who's that? Yo, that's somebody coming towards me. Who's there? Stopped. He's literally stopped.
An old, decaying structure hidden deep in the forest. For a moment, curiosity overrides fear. He explores cautiously, piecing together the forgotten remains of whatever this once was. But then, movement, a shift in the shadows. Mox freezes, eyes fixed on the tree line. Something, or someone, is watching. He calls out into the darkness, but there's no response. just silence. A different kind of fear sets in now. One that doesn't just whisper you're being watched, but begs him to leave. He backs away from the structure, moving quickly, retracing his steps toward the way he came in. He's not running, but every muscle is tense, every sound amplified. Then he sees it.
I have to say, I'm walking for a good 10-15 minutes and I'm constantly looking over my shoulder because I am adamant there's something else out here with me. Okay, so I'm just about to walk up here and I just look this side and look at this. Somebody been out here camping. Maybe they've been scared off by whatever's out here. It's been there a few days, if not a bit longer. Well, that isn't what you want to be finding out here. Could just be as simple as somebody who no longer wanted the tent, so they decided to leave it. Or it could be the case of somebody come out here camping to try and see if they can last the night because of the reports of the hauntings, and they've not had time to take the tent down. Either way, that is creepy.
An abandoned tent, half collapsed and coated in frost. Its presence is jarring. Who left it here? Why? There's no sign of anyone nearby, and the stillness around it feels unnatural, like the forest itself is holding its breath. With the first faint glow of morning filtering through the trees, Mox makes his final decision. He's done. There may be no concrete proof on camera, but he knows what he felt, what he heard. And one thing is absolutely certain: he will never return to these woods alone at night. In October 2021, YouTuber Chris Hill, known for his urban exploration channel Herbex Hill, for the eerie footage captured during his visit to the infamous Molly Stark Sanatorium, located in Louisville, Ohio. This massive abandoned hospital once served as a treatment center for tuberculosis patients. Now, its crumbling halls and decaying infrastructure tell a much darker story. One filled with rumors of hauntings, strange noises, and sightings of unexplained figures. From the moment Chris stepped inside, he described an oppressive atmosphere. The building was blanketed in darkness, with barely any natural light filtering in. Silence engulfed every hallway, amplifying the creak of every floorboard and the echo of every breath. In the early stages of his exploration, Chris found signs that someone may have recently been there, possible evidence of scrappers or squatters, but he heard nothing to suggest anyone was currently inside with him. Feeling relatively safe, he ventured deeper and made his way to the upper levels of the building. That's when things began to unravel.
Walking. I hear footsteps.
While walking through one of the rooms, Chris suddenly heard the unmistakable sound of footsteps. He froze, straining to listen. Cautiously, he headed upstairs to investigate, but there was nothing. No movement, no people, just empty, rotting rooms. For several minutes, Chris moved from room to room, pausing frequently to listen. But the footsteps had stopped. Trying to stay calm, he decided to explore another part of the building. But as he walked down one of the long hallways, Chris heard something far more unsettling.
What the fuck was that? Listen. Oh shit. What the fuck was that? Listen. Oh shit. I could have swore I heard somebody. That's weird.
A distant voice echoing from one of the nearby rooms. He paused, visibly startled, but then gathered his courage and entered the room to investigate. Once again, there was no one there. The room was empty. The voice had no source. But if you look closely at this moment in the footage, just as Chris first steps into the hallway, you'll notice something disturbing. A door directly ahead of him moves on its own. It wasn't just a subtle shift. The door clearly swings slightly despite no one being near it. Some might suggest it was the wind. But this theory quickly falls apart. A thin wire hanging beside the door remains perfectly still. If wind had been responsible, the wire would have moved too. But it didn't. Only the door. Chris, unaware of this detail at the time, pressed on with his exploration, eventually descending into the sanatorium's infamous basement tunnels, narrow, damp, and claustrophobic. It's here, in the tunnels, that the most shocking moment of the video occurs.
These tunnels are creepy as Okay, I heard something. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? Yo. What? Yo. What the f? There's somebody down here. I swear I saw somebody. It's a dead end. Oh my. I'm out of here. I swear I legit saw somebody.
As Chris walks slowly through the darkness, the camera briefly captures what appears to be a white shadowy figure standing at the far end of the tunnel. Just seconds later, the figure vanishes without a trace. Chris rushes to the end of the tunnel, heart pounding, but finds only a dead end. No doors, no exits, no one in sight. Stunned and overwhelmed, Chris finally decides to call off the investigation and leave the building entirely. The events he experienced, from disembodied footsteps to moving doors and vanishing figures, were simply too much to explain away. To this day, the mystery remains unsolved. Who or what did Chris encounter inside the abandoned halls of the Molly Stark Sanatorium? Was it a spirit from the building's tragic past, a squatter playing tricks, or something far more sinister? One thing is certain, something didn't want him there. Whether you believe the events were real, paranormal, or perhaps an elaborate hoax, the truth remains buried in the shadows of that long-abandoned hospital, and it's up to you to decide what really happened that night. What begins as a seemingly standard paranormal investigation quickly descends into one of the most genuinely terrifying camping encounters ever caught on camera. We follow investigator Dan from the channel Cursed Urban as he sets up for what he hopes will be a nice, relaxing night on the outskirts of Illinois' infamous Skinwalker Forest. This chilling journey from casual camping to a life-or-death struggle is a masterclass in escalating dread. The initial mood is deceptively calm, almost mundane, as he struggles to dig a fire pit, but a single piece of information poisons the well. The property's owner has had his own encounters here, including sightings of dogmen.
Thankfully, this is going to be hard to do. There we go. So yeah, those of you who may be new to this channel, maybe this is the first video you've seen of mine, first of all, welcome, glad to have you here. Second of all, like I said, this property belongs to my buddy Todd. He is a viewer, actually turned friend, and he offered this property to me to come out here and investigate it a little over a year ago now, and we became pretty good friends. And he's like, hey, if you ever want to, you know, you're welcome to come out here anytime. You don't need my permission. Like, you have my permission. Just come on out, investigate, let me know what you find. He himself has experienced a lot of weird stuff. All right, we got Spirit Talker on. Is there anyone here with me tonight? Anyone that would like to communicate?
I remember my death.
I remember my death. How did you die? Dude, did you guys just hear that? I just heard like a howl from over there, but it was like, it was too deep to be a coyote. That was not a coyote. It was way too deep to be a coyote. What was that?
Suddenly, every snap of a twig carries weight, and when a deep, guttural howl echoes from the darkness, a sound far too visceral to be a coyote, the true nature of the place begins to reveal itself. The investigation shifts from atmospheric to interactive in the most unsettling way. Using a spirit communication app, Dan is primed with the word whisper, and in a moment of impossible timing, he hears an actual disembodied whisper from the trees just as his camping stool violently collapses beneath him. He describes it as feeling like it was kicked out from under him, leaving you to wonder, was it a perfectly timed equipment failure or a physical shove from something unseen?
Hello, I am here just to learn about this land. My name is Dan. I've been here many times before. I don't mean to bother you.
Who's talking?
Who's talking? My name is Dan. I don't mean to bother you or take anything from you or anything. All I want to know is more about this area. That's it. Just want to know your story if you'd like to share it with me.
Whisper.
Whisper. You want to whisper? I heard whisper.
Daniel.
Okay. It just said my name. It just said my full name. It just said Daniel.
The entity's presence becomes undeniable and deeply personal when another device clearly speaks his full name, Daniel. It's a calculated, intimate threat that demonstrates a chilling awareness and then silence. The spirit delivers its warning and vanishes, leaving him in a state of high alert. This is no longer a random haunting. It feels like he's been marked. The true horror, however, is not paranormal, but brutally physical. After these terrifying events, Dan retreats to his tent, leaving a camera running.
And we'll see what happens. But man, dude, I am hot. I am beat. I think I'm gonna sleep good tonight. Once I cool down a little bit. But all right, guys, I'm gonna lay down. So good night. You're doing something to the tent. Hey! Dude, yeah, get out. Dude, get out here. Go. Dude. All right, thanks. Hey, who's out there? Yo, what the Hello? Who's out here? Show yourself, now!
In the dead of night, he's awakened by a light and the sound of footsteps. What unfolds is the stuff of nightmares. We watch in real time as he realizes someone is outside, whispering in a panicked call to his friend that he is not alone. As he unzips his tent, the overwhelming smell of chemicals hits him. The horrifying discovery is laid bare. His entire tent has been doused in lighter fluid, and a smoldering stick, an obvious fuse, lies just inches away. This was not a scare tactic. This was a deliberate, near-successful attempt to burn him alive in his sleep. This footage is a brutal reminder that the most dangerous things in the woods are not always ghosts or cryptids. The events of the night feel terrifyingly connected, raising a disturbing question. Was the paranormal activity a prelude to the physical violence? Was the howl, the whisper, and the calling of his name a malevolent intelligence luring him into a state of fear before a human or perhaps non-human attacker moved in for the kill? He was seconds from a horrific fate, and the video serves as a harrowing document of how quickly an investigation can turn into a fight for survival. The identity of his attacker remains a terrifying mystery, leaving us to debate whether this was the act of a disturbed person or something far more sinister that the forest itself had unleashed upon him. Meet Tom, the face behind the popular YouTube channel Haunted Finders, a solo investigator with a deep respect for history and a passion for uncovering the paranormal. His channel is known for raw, unfiltered explorations into some of the UK's most haunted places. But one investigation, deep in the heart of Nottinghamshire, would leave a mark on even this seasoned ghost hunter. It happened at East Stoke Church, a location shrouded in violent history, tied directly to the bloody Battle of Stoke Field, one of the last and deadliest conflicts of the Wars of the Roses. It's said the nearby river once ran red with blood, and that the bodies of fallen soldiers were buried in a mass grave right on church grounds. The moment Tom arrived, the weight of that history was undeniable. Wandering among the ancient tombstones, some dating back over 300 years, Tom began filming.
This place, if you don't already know, sits right opposite the field where the Battle of Stoke Field took place, which was said to be one of the bloodiest battles of English history. So many people died in that battle that there is a small river that runs alongside the field, and when people were trying to escape, they slaughtered them into that stream, and apparently the river ran red with blood that day because of how many people were slaughtered. So there's a lot of crazy stuff that went down here, and they actually mass buried a lot of the soldiers from the Battle of Stoke Field in this churchyard, and there were that many of them buried that the churchyard now sits higher than the church. Wow, I got a really weird feeling then, walking past my own windows then, I swear. I thought I saw someone looking out. What's that? What? Oh, that is clear. What is that? What does he say? Definitely shouts.
But as he passed by one of the church's windows, he froze. There, just for a split second, he caught the shape of a figure staring back at him from inside the building. No one else was supposed to be there. A chill ran down his spine. Still, Tom pressed on. He set up near the site believed to be the mass grave and began an EVP session, asking if any spirits were present. The response was immediate.
Don't antagonize.
Don't antagonize. I'm not here to antagonize. Still graves present here from 1701.
Horrible things happened here.
Whoa. Disposed of.
Cursed land.
Cursed land. Just heard someone walking down here. You coming to join me? I've just heard you. Such a strange feeling here. Someone walking behind me. I can hear you. Come closer then. Come and sit with me. Can you hear that? Please tell me you can hear that. Someone's just walked underneath the tree.
Leaves rustled behind him. Footsteps, slow, deliberate, circled the area. As Tom stood to adjust his camera, something was hurled at him from the shadows, landing with a loud thud, then another, and another. The spirit wasn't just speaking anymore. It was acting, throwing objects, stalking him, making its presence known with terrifying clarity.
I'm not going anywhere. You don't have to throw stuff. Okay? I don't know if that was on the audio, but I stood up to put my phone in my pocket so I can get the recorder out. And if someone threw something over here, and again, stop.
Though Tom eventually left the location without injury, the experience left a deep impression. He had been followed, threatened, and physically targeted by an unseen force. Was it the unrested soul of a fallen soldier, furious at his violent end, an unmarked grave? Or could it be something darker? Something that feeds on the pain soaked into the very ground of East Stoke? One thing was certain. This entity didn't want to be forgotten. And after this encounter, neither will Tom. Some places aren't just haunted. They're warning you to stay away. Meet Justin, a well-known YouTuber behind the channel, Fearless and Far. He's traveled the world uncovering hidden places, unique cultures, and mysterious legends. But this time, his latest adventure brings him somewhere far darker, and much closer to danger than he ever expected. He's in Turkey, and he's about to spend the night at one of the country's most notorious locations, Devil's Castle, also known as Şeytan Kalesi. Perched high on a cliff in the Ardahan province, overlooking the isolated and hauntingly beautiful Lake Childer, the castle dates back to the 9th century BC. For centuries, legends have surrounded it. Whispers of dark rituals, unseen shadows, and strange sounds echoing through its ruins. It's a place where myth meets history, and tonight, Justin is about to become part of its story. As he begins the 10-minute hike to the ruins, the world around him feels still. Too still.
I'm gonna explore quickly, find a campsite, and you guys are gonna learn a bit more about this place. It's mysterious.
He explores the rugged remnants of the fortress, filming everything. But something soon catches his attention.
Look at this, look at this, look at this. Oh no. It's a light. Is this place lit up at night? It wouldn't make any sense though. I mean, obviously the light's here, but the town is way beyond the edge. You can't even see it, so it would be lit up for, I mean, no one would be able to see it lit up. Oh, but the cables are cut. Look at that.
Cut wires, subtle, out of place. A small detail, but one that will soon make perfect sense. Night falls quickly in the mountains. Justin sets up camp, lights a small fire, and takes in the quiet. For a moment, it almost feels peaceful, but that peace is short-lived. With the temperature dropping and his headlamp missing, Justin decides to craft a torch and take one last walk around the ruins before settling in for the night. And that's when things take a terrifying turn. A gunshot. Loud. Sudden. It echoes across the cliffside. At first, Justin thinks nothing of it. But then, another. This time, there's no ignoring it. Panic sets in. What now? He has two options: stay hidden in the castle and hope it's nothing, or run. He chooses to run.
Guys, someone came with a gun and fired shots at the castle. They're firing shots at me. Oh, they're coming closer. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I left everything behind, and now I'm trying to find a safe place to go.
That's them there with a flashlight.
You hear those gunshots? They don't want me here.
Fumbling in the dark, he messages his Turkish friend Suat, explaining what's happening. Within seconds, Suat responds, frantic, telling Justin to hide immediately. He had just called the police. 5 agonizing minutes later, Suat calls back. What he says changes everything. Police and military forces had arrived at the castle over an hour earlier. Their mission? Apprehend a suspected treasure hunter, or possibly a terrorist. Justin, completely alone, now realizes something chilling. They thought he was the suspect. Following Suat's instructions, Justin cautiously makes his way back to his tent, where armed military police are waiting.
Michael, where are you from?
From Canada.
Canada.
You made me very slick as a big gun.
Yok,
No,
sorun
no.
yok. No problem.
No problem.
Turkish. Hoş geldin. You are welcome.
Nereye? Aşağı mı inmiştin?
Yeah.
Çağırdık seni. Sen ne?
They're standing there, rifles slung over their shoulders, laughing. Justin, still visibly shaken, asks if he can record what's happening, but they politely decline. All that's captured is the audio, where the officers explain that they mistook him for a thief.
You thought I was a thief?
Yeah.
The only thing I was taking was photos. How many bullets did you shoot?
4 or 5.
4 or 5 bullets.
Yeah.
And then you? 3. So 5 from a pistol and 3 from a AK-47 or something similar.
Michael, fuck you children.
Exactly. I was like, what the fuck? And then I ran so fast in the dark with no light up a cliff. I could have freaking died.
Likely because of the cut wires he found earlier, which had triggered their suspicion. Thanks to Suat's quick thinking, the misunderstanding doesn't escalate. The officers escort Justin to a nearby boutique hotel, offering him a coffee, cigarettes, and calm conversation, as if nothing terrifying had just occurred. By morning, with the rising sun behind him, Justin returns to the ruins. He finds his headlamp. The mystery finally starts to make sense. Those cut wires? They weren't random. They were the reason for the entire ordeal.
When the police arrived, actually the locals had told them that there was a treasure hunter here. The locals that saw me come in, they saw a strange car park, a guy walk out with all this weird equipment. No one really does this stuff, right? And so they called the authorities. Those authorities came and then saw all the lights off in the castle. Normally there's lights. I thought that it was the lights were here to keep, those damn kids out of the castle, spray painting and having sex. That's what I thought. But no, it's for treasure hunters, because if it's all lit up, the treasure hunters don't come and destroy this place. That's probably why that little cave is blasted in the side, actually, from treasure hunters destroying it. So they came here. They heard there was a suspicious guy. They ran the plates on my rental vehicle, saw it was a rental, and saw a smashed control panel down at the entrance. I saw it walking in again today. So they automatically assumed a treasure hunter came, cut all the lights, and was here just destroying the place looking.
Had Justin not reached out when he did, he might have spent the night hunted in the cold, high mountains of Turkey. Or worse. But thanks to fast decisions, a good friend, and a little luck, he made it out safely. This is Chris from the YouTube channel Blot Outdoors Show, a place where he shares his love for the outdoors through peaceful camping trips, scenic hikes, and honest gear reviews. Most of his videos are a calming escape into nature, but sometimes the wild doesn't cooperate, and Chris never shies away from showing that raw, unpredictable side. On April 18th, 2022, Chris uploaded a video of what was supposed to be a quiet solo camping trip deep in Harwood Forest, England. His goal? A little solitude, some much-needed time away from the stress of everyday life. But what started as a relaxing getaway quickly took an unexpected and unsettling turn.
So folks, I've came off the main path and I've came into the forest. I've been walking about 20 minutes and I've just passed about 5 minutes ago a bunch of young'uns, 7 or 8 of them, I'd say they're about 18, 19, 20-year-old, something like that. So that would have been the perfect place to camp as well. I've stood and talked to them for a bit, and they even asked me if I want to camp there next to them, but I'm an old timer compared to them. I don't want to be sat next to them. I want to get out, find a spot by myself. So I think I'm going to walk for another half an hour. I want to get well away from them, because they'll have the music on and they'll probably be messing about and that. I just want to chill, few drinks, few whiskies, and just enjoy the peaceful forest. This looks about the best spot I've come across.
With his pack loaded and the forest trail ahead, Chris hiked deeper into the woods, looking for the perfect secluded place to pitch his tent. Eventually, he found it. The kind of spot you dream about. Quiet, calm, untouched. He set up camp, kicked back with a drink, and took it all in. For a moment, everything felt perfect, peaceful, safe. But that calm wouldn't last.
So I reckon I've got about an hour and a half, 2 hours before it's dark. So rather than just sitting there drinking, I'm going to go for a little wander, see what's kicking about. This is not a bad little spot. It's on a little bit of a slope, but it's nice and grassy.
While wandering through the trees, filming the scenery, Chris became aware of something unsettling. He had lost track of his path. He wasn't exactly sure where he was anymore, being alone, deep in a dense forest, and suddenly unsure how to get back to camp is a chilling realization. But Chris stayed calm. Trusting his instincts, he retraced his steps and eventually made it back. That's when he noticed something wasn't right.
So here we are back in the tent. Whew. I was shitting myself a bit there, like I've went right over there and I'm thinking, oh God, I'm lost. What an idiot. But I came back and here we are. I was thinking, hey, why are you some professional camper? Can't even find your tent. Hey, what the fuck's happened there? What the fuck's this? It's me fucking... Fucking hell, man. It's fucking strange. Too fucking... Sorry for the language, guys. 2 Cornish pasties and meat's gone. I mustn't like peppered salami, that's still there. And thank God my whiskey's still there.
Half of his food was missing. No sign of an animal, no obvious disturbance. It was just... gone. His mind raced with questions. Could it have been the group of kids he passed earlier pulling a prank? Maybe some sneaky wildlife, or something far stranger. Something that defied explanation. Chris stood in silence, trying to make sense of it all. Despite the uneasy feeling settling in his chest, he made the tough decision to stay. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe things would return to normal. But as night fell and darkness swallowed the trees around him, that sense of unease only grew. The forest was quiet. Too quiet. No more missing supplies. No more strange happenings. But the tension, it never left. Chris made it through the night, still haunted by the unanswered questions and the eerie quiet that blanketed the woods. So, what really happened out there? Was it just a hungry animal, a careless passerby? Or is there something else lurking in the shadows of Harwood Forest? You decide. This is Lucas, a YouTuber best known for his channel, Lucas Brunel, where he documents scenic cycling adventures through forests, mountains, and everything in between. A passionate cyclist and nature lover, Lucas has built a strong following by capturing his thrilling rides and sharing the beauty of the outdoors with his audience. But one particular outing took a disturbing and unexpected turn, one that still leaves viewers with more questions than answers, and his nephew Kevin visibly shaken. It was September 3rd, 2021. A chilly, overcast day, but nothing unusual for an experienced outdoorsman like Lucas. Joined by his nephew Kevin, the two set off on a long-distance biking trip through tranquil landscapes and wooded trails. Spirits were high. Lucas even checked in with his viewers, full of energy and excitement for the day ahead.
Amazing staying at my parents and riding around Martha's Vineyard, and we're gonna venture out because today is Kevin's last day here. See the cliffs and some paths and some cold water swimming on a very clean beach, cleanest on the East Coast probably, up at Aquina. And we're gonna do some bush camping after that, and then in the morning we're gonna do some rock diving at another beach. So anyway,
yeah, it's gonna be a cold ass night. I'm already kind of cold right now, but apparently tonight it's gonna be like 60 degrees or something. So yeah.
Yeah, cold. Yeah, but we're used to those temperatures and camping and all kinds of weird stuff. So
they biked for nearly 5 hours, winding through hills and valleys, soaking in the calm of nature. But as the sun dipped behind the horizon and golden skies gave way to growing shadows, the atmosphere began to change.
I think around here is a good place to actually set up camp.
Here?
Yeah, because it's flat, and it's pretty good because actually right now, oh man, we're at the top of a hill, but we're, hold on a sec. It took us a hell of a long time to get to where we want to set up camp. As you can see, it's just after sunset, so we actually planned on getting here earlier, but anyways, swimming and some really nice roads and whatnot kind of got in the way of that. So, but yeah, we are definitely tired, and we're going to set up camp. This is an ideal space because you can't really see it, but we are on the top of a hill, and we're guarded by another hill that's even higher, and so this is a really great space. So anyway, I'm really glad we made it. So we're going to
By the time they reached the edge of a dense forest, darkness had already fallen. Struggling to set up their tent in the dim light, the once peaceful surroundings started to feel unfamiliar, almost menacing. But Lucas wasn't ready to call it a night just yet. He had an idea. Why not hike up a nearby hill to get a better view of the city lights far below? It would be the perfect way to cap off the day. But Kevin was hesitant, exhausted, uneasy, and ready to rest. Still, Lucas convinced him to come along. With only their flashlights cutting through the thick darkness, they made their way uphill, stepping carefully through the silent trees in search of the perfect lookout spot. But they never made it to the top. Instead, they stumbled upon something neither of them expected.
It's not the miles, it's the intensity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, motherfucker. I have no clue how you didn't get hypothermia today.
Well, you know, I did ride afterwards. That was the thing.
Shit, wait, hold on.
That's after you flooded some sardines, young man.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we could find some dry firewood. That would be kind of nice.
Yeah. Wonder what your parents must think of you doing all this crazy shit. Dude, you're fucking with me. Alright. Alright. I am not fucking camping anymore. Dude, alright, dude. I know I say I fuck with the satanic shit, but it's a fucking joke. I'm not fucking serious, man. Dude, I don't want to fucking camp. I don't want to fucking camp anymore.
Yeah, but there's nothing we can camp.
Dude.
This doesn't have to, like, we can camp fine. There's nothing out here to get you.
Yeah, then what the fuck was that noise, huh?
Just take a look.
Dude, you need to calm your fucking tits. I know this is my last fucking night.
How about
I take it down a notch,
Dude.
and we enjoy the night, you know?
Yeah, enjoy the fucking night with...
You know what? Hey.
Dude, Lucas. All right, yo, chill. You're joking, right? You're joking.
No, Just chill. Just take it down a notch. There's nothing out here, like, to get to. I mean,
You're a fucking bitch, man. You're a fucking asshole.
An eerie scene laid out before them on the forest floor. Candles, strange markings, and ritualistic items arranged in a pattern that instantly chilled them to the bone. Kevin froze. Panic set in. He wanted to leave, now. Lucas, on the other hand, stayed calm. Too calm. He downplayed the situation, trying to ease Kevin's fear. Whether it was to keep him from panicking or something else, we may never know. What happened next remains unclear. Kevin, upset and frightened, stormed out of the forest, leaving Lucas behind. Whether it was anger, fear, or something deeper, we don't know. To this day, no follow-up has been posted, no update, no clarification. Lucas never mentioned the event again. It leaves many wondering, was it just an unfortunate coincidence? A hiker stumbling onto something sinister? Or did Lucas know more than he let on? Could the hike have been planned? Were there clues in their earlier conversations that hinted at something darker? Was Lucas trying to show Kevin something? Intentionally? The answers remain buried in that forest. And until someone comes forward with the full story, the truth behind what happened on that hilltop will remain one of Lucas's most disturbing mysteries. In June 2025, urban explorer and popular YouTuber James, best known for his channel The FAM, uploaded a chilling video, and this time, James set his sights on a notorious site with a grim past, Pinelon Manor in Sumar, Illinois. Originally built in 1920 as a luxurious hotel, Pinelon Manor transitioned into a nursing home in the early 1970s. But what was meant to be a place of care and comfort quickly devolved into something far darker. The facility became infamous for its reports of severe neglect, underfunding, and even abuse. Patients were allegedly subjected to inhumane conditions, medical mistreatment, and emotional trauma. Over the years, it gained the reputation of being one of the worst-rated nursing homes in the country. After facing mounting lawsuits, violations, and public outrage, Pinelon Manor finally shut its doors in 2002. Now, abandoned for more than 2 decades, the building stands as a decaying relic of its disturbing history. And many believe it's haunted by the spirits of its former residents. Despite its terrifying reputation, James decided to investigate the property alone, venturing inside under the cover of night. From the moment he stepped through the crumbling entrance, James admitted he felt uneasy, calling it one of the creepiest places he had ever explored. But determined to document everything, he pressed on.
You know what, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm actually thinking that's probably not even a great place to put it. So I think you're supposed to turn it off first. And I say, oh yeah, we'll put it right here in this creepy hallway. All right, if you want to make that go off, we'd love for you to do that while I explore this place. Talk about creepy. I feel like I say that all the time. Oh, yo, no way. Literally went off immediately. Holy crap. You guys don't even understand. Dude, we just got in here. What the hell? Okay, well, thanks for coming to see me. I'm gonna walk away now. Dude, how? I thought those things barely go off. Okay, can you step away now, please?
Early in the exploration, James set up a motion-activated music box near the entrance. Designed to go off when something moves near it, the box is often used in paranormal investigations. Minutes after walking away, the eerie tune of the device began to play. Startled, James turned back, staring into the dim hallway, unsure of what had triggered it. Still uncertain, he left the box where it was and explored another part of the building. When nothing else occurred, he assumed it might have been a malfunction, until he set the box up in a new location, and things took a darker turn.
Well, the good news is that thing hasn't gone off yet. Which I don't know if that's, I mean, let's be honest, I don't know if that's good news or bad news. Because, hello? Where are you? If you can hear me and you can step in front of that music box again to know it's actually you, I'd love for you to make it go off. So it not going off, maybe. Literally a knock. Okay, this place.
While waiting near the second setup, James began hearing strange noises echoing through the halls. Curious and slightly on edge, he left the room to investigate, only to hear even more sounds coming from the space he'd just exited. At that moment, James began to consider the unnerving possibility that he wasn't alone. His suspicions deepened when he came across a chair with a few pieces of clothing and an empty soda bottle resting on it. Signs that someone might have recently been living inside the abandoned building. Whether it was a squatter or something else entirely, James knew the situation could escalate fast. Still, he continued his exploration. A short while later, loud knocking sounds came from another room.
I feel such a sadness here, just such a heaviness on my chest. Oh, I kept thinking there was a door there. I don't know if I caught that, but it sounded like that damn thing moved over there. I don't know if you guys see it move. Like, did you see it move? I heard something that sounded like that. Okay, you guys are very active here, aren't you? Oh, there's just so many rooms. What was that? What the hell? Can you do that again? What? 2 taps? Thank you. I'm gonna knock, and then I want you to knock or tap for me. Don't be shy now. You just tapped a bunch of times for me. Can you do it again? That's weird. It literally sounded like something tapping right here. And I don't know, it just stopped.
James froze, listening closely. After cautiously entering the room, he searched every corner, but found no one and nothing that could explain the noise. He chalked it up to the wind or the building's age and decay. But just as he started to relax, a loud bang erupted from yet another room. Once again, James found no source, now seriously questioning whether the building was just settling, or if something was watching him. He debated leaving, but his curiosity pushed him forward. That's when the most disturbing moment of the night happened.
This room right here seems interesting. Dude, no way. No freaking way. Literally, no way. The minute I go in there, dude, what the hell was that? I don't even want to find out. Hello? Dude, you're telling me there's nobody in here right now? Hello? Dude, I don't want this door to close on me. What in the hell did we just hear? This is that same big room we were just in. freaking loud too. There's definitely nobody here. You'd hear people walking. We haven't heard anybody walking.
As James slowly walked through one of the dimly lit hallways, he glanced toward a doorway and caught sight of a black, shadowy figure moving across the corridor. Within seconds, it vanished. James rushed out to investigate, but just like before, there was nothing. No movement, no figure, no explanation. After that chilling encounter, James continued filming for about 15 more minutes, but the building remained quiet.
It's just like places like this, I always wonder, because technically this is not abandoned. I do believe it was abandoned for a while, but God, that was me. Somebody actually purchased it, and you can now come and rent, stay the night here. See, we hear that freaking. Oh God, that scared me. The freaking door clicked at me twice now. But I just always worry about places like this that feel abandoned, or maybe it's just my old feelings that there could be somebody staying there, sleeping there, you know, broken to be there. Oh God. You know, and even though there's somebody that owns this place, I still feel like people could do that. That's their turlet. That's their turlet. Dude, literally sounded like there was somebody in the hallway. Bro. No way. I get such a bad vibe in that spot.
No more noises, no more shadows. Eventually, James decided he had seen and heard enough. To this day, no one knows exactly what happened inside Pinelon Manor that night. Was it a spirit from the facility's dark past, a squatter lurking in the shadows, or something else entirely? Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, one thing is certain. James's experience inside Pinelon Manor remains one of his most unnerving explorations to date. So, what do you think? Was it all just creaking floors and wind? Or is Pinelon Manor truly one of America's most haunted nursing homes? Let's meet Dan, the man behind the popular YouTube channel English Woodsman. A seasoned solo camper, Dan is no stranger to the solitude and unpredictability of life in the wilderness. His channel is a calming escape for many, a documentation of peaceful nights under the stars and the quiet challenges of surviving alone. But on one particular trip, the woods would push him further than he ever expected, turning a peaceful night into something far more terrifying. It all started like any other outing. Dan found a secluded spot deep within a dense forest, away from people, noise, and distractions. As dusk settled in, he set up camp and spoke about something only experienced solo campers truly understand, that heightened sense of awareness when you're alone. Out here, every sound is amplified. Every crunch of leaves, every creak of a branch feels significant. But this time, something felt off.
When you come camping with friends, 2, 3 of you, you sort of like, you don't have a nerve build up, you know, you're not a little bit aware of your surroundings because there's a small group of yourselves. You need just to switch off from your normal life, let's say, and you need to take in your surroundings, your noises, what you were, like I can hear stream over that direction. Yeah, when you're solo camping, you really need to tune in. And you'll do it without realising anyway, but when you solo camp by yourself. I've done this for years, on and off by myself, and every time I still come out and I still need to feel.
While prepping dinner, Dan began to notice faint, strange noises coming from the edge of his campsite. Quiet, distant sounds, too subtle to be alarming at first. He tried to shrug it off. Maybe it was just a small animal, maybe it was the wind, or maybe it was just the nerves. The kind that creep in when you're completely alone in a pitch-black forest. But the feeling didn't go away. In fact, it got stronger.
keep thinking like I hear something. I don't know. It's probably me. Letting my mind play tricks with me. I always keep thinking that I'm hearing something around. But when you're by yourself, you're
Later that night, seated in the dark with only a dim lantern flickering beside him, Dan confessed to his viewers that he felt watched, that eerie sensation of eyes in the dark, just beyond the light's reach. Still, he tried to keep his cool. It wouldn't be the first time his mind played tricks on him. Eventually, trying to get some rest, Dan made what he later called a fateful choice. To drown out the noise and calm his nerves, he shut off his light, put on some music, and zipped himself into his bivy bag. But the peace didn't last long.
I said like a weird, like a sniffing noise, like a dog. Earlier we're on about if you're with somebody else, things like this won't bother you, and it's true. But when you're by yourself, little noises do give you butterflies.
Suddenly, a bizarre sound shattered the night. A heavy, wet sniffing noise, disturbingly close. It sounded like a large dog, but something about it felt wrong, unnatural. Dan lay frozen, listening. It came again and again. The sniffing was rhythmic, deliberate, like something trying to figure out what he was or whether he was worth approaching. Visibly shaken, Dan recounted the experience the next morning. He admitted he was spooked the hell out. The sound had returned multiple times throughout the night, each time closer than before. So intense was his fear that he scrambled out of his sleeping bag in total darkness to hang his food and gear up in a tree, hoping whatever was out there wouldn't be attracted to his scent. He made it through the night unharmed, physically, but mentally, the encounter left a lasting scar. So, the question remains, what was it? An ordinary forest animal, something curious, maybe hungry, or something else entirely? Something drawn to Dan's isolation, feeding on the vulnerability of a lone camper in the dead of night. Whatever it was, it didn't want to show itself, but it definitely made sure Dan knew it was there. In the wild, the silence isn't always peaceful. Sometimes it's the quiet before something terrifying makes itself known. And as Dan learned the night, the scariest things in the woods are often the ones you can't see, only hear. In tonight's video, we're breaking down a terrifying solo investigation filmed by Frank from Franco TV. He returns to the infamous Girona Cemetery in Chile, a place already soaked in sorrow and paranormal legend, to uncover the truth behind eerie screams, ghostly figures, and one mysterious shadow that seems to follow his every move. Now, this isn't Frank's first trip to this cemetery. On his previous visit, he was driven out by a violent rainstorm, but not before capturing unsettling sounds, banging noises, distant cries, and what sounded like a woman sobbing. Locals believe this graveyard is haunted by La Llorona, the weeping woman, and Frank wastes no time showing us the statue dedicated to her. Beneath it lies a mass grave of thousands of earthquake victims. If spiritual energy lingers, this would be the epicenter. As Frank explores, it doesn't take long for things to get weird. He begins hearing strange noises again, rustling, whispers, and at one point, he thinks he spots something watching him from behind a tomb. And then it happens.
This is the statue dedicated to the Llorona. Basically, she is the weeping woman throughout this whole cemetery, especially from where I'm standing, because right here, underground, like about 6 feet, there's thousands upon thousands of unknown bodies for the people who passed away during a very major earthquake in Chile. This is the statue of Llorona. This is the one that people supposedly say they hear crying throughout the whole cemetery through the graveyard of Chile here. I think I just found somebody. They're back there in the darkness. I don't know who the hell that is, but usually it's security or somebody else. I don't know if it's right there. He's right between the bushes. I think it's I want to walk up behind it a little bit. I saw it and I turned off the night vision and started recording so I could show you guys.
While using night vision, Frank pans across the darkened graveyard and sees a figure between the bushes, still, silent, unmoving. His initial reaction It must be a statue. But the moment he zooms in, dread creeps in. It's not a statue. That moment, where his voice cracks and he says, "I almost didn't even see him," is genuinely unsettling. Whether spirit or stalker, someone or something is watching him. He switches to his SLS camera, which maps figures in the environment. Shockingly, it picks up a humanoid shape lying atop a tomb, its legs stretched out, as if it's just resting there.
So let's see if I pick anything up here. Is there anyone here that can talk with me? Give me a sign that it's okay for me to be here. Are you welcoming? So I'm walking with the SLS camera and I'm already picking something up. It looks like something was laying down right here. See it? Right on top of the front of the tomb here. Look at that. It's like it's just crouched, just sitting there with the legs just sticking out. And the thing is that this is not going just for anything, see? Nothing else is doing it, but when I look right here, see it? Hello? What's your name? You seem to just be chilling right now. It is literally just sitting right here on top of the tomb.
Frank tries to communicate. "Can you stand up?" he asks. But the figure doesn't move. It vanishes and reappears sporadically. This isn't a false read. The camera's picking up something real and intelligent. Then comes the most disturbing part. Frank switches to a thermal imaging camera, and shortly after, he hears what sounds like a child calling out, possibly saying, "Papa."
I'm doing a thermal sweep of the location right now after hearing the creepy screams, which I don't know what's coming from what. I don't want to say it's the Llorona, only because I heard a man's voice too in the distance. I'm using a filter called Black Hot, so whatever's black is hot. Let me rephrase that. Like whatever's black is hot. Like if you're giving off a thermal signature of heat, your skin's gonna come off black. See my hand? There we go. I want to make sure you guys have that nice and clear before I get canceled. Come out if you're here with me. Give me a sign. Show me yourself. Llorona, Llorona, can you give me a sign? I just picked something up. I heard you scream, but I also heard a man scream. Was that you? Can you give me a sign? I heard something move in the bushes. Oh, holy shit. I'm using my flashlight. You don't see the light, but I do. Holy shit. The animals are getting pissed. I'm trying to hold this camera as still as I can, but I swear I just heard a bell. It just went off.
You can hear the genuine confusion and fear in his voice. Was it a spirit? A bird? Something pretending to be a child? Either way, it shakes him. You see, childlike voices are often reported in the paranormal world, and sometimes they're not from children at all. But the real fear kicks in when Frank captures a person. Yes, a real person in the darkness.
I've made it to the far end of the cemetery. I got a mask on because it is getting really cold outside. The temperature is now, once again, a whopping 32 degrees. This is ice, freezing weather, so things start to turn to ice. What the hell was that? I just heard a little kid. I can't tell where it's coming from. IR off. I have not... Oh my god, sorry. Everything's scaring me. I thought that was a person right there. I haven't even made it to the tomb, and I'm hearing what sounds like a kid. Oh shit, I just heard a noise over here. Flashlight's coming on. This has to be one of the creepiest places here. Hola. I just heard a noise outside. I don't want to say too much. I just want to listen. Right now I am in the room, and it is complete dark in here. I can barely see anything in front of me. I can see the light on the outside. Turn off the light. What was that? Turn off the light. What was that?
Sitting silently in black clothing, unmoving, staring back at him. And when Frank finally spots them clearly on camera, they get up and disappear behind the tombs. That's when Frank realizes he's not alone. In fact, he may be surrounded. He spots more figures. At one point, he hears what sounds like a horn, a bell, even footsteps. He's deep inside the graveyard, and someone, or several people, are moving around without flashlights. If it were security, he says, they'd be lit up. These people are hiding. Frank wisely decides to back out. You can hear it in his voice. He's not just creeped out, he's panicked. He wants to keep filming, but knows this isn't just a ghost hunt anymore. There's a human threat too. He even hears what sounds like a child's voice again.
Turn on my flashlight. Oh, what the fuck? They're dressed up in black. See it? This camera's not focusing at all. Hold on. There you go. There's somebody back there dressed up in black. Well, they definitely know I'm here now. And they're not even moving. They just got up and left. No, you don't. No, you don't. They're hiding behind the tombs. I'm sorry if I'm zoomed in right now. %, there's somebody back there. They're hiding in the dark behind the mausoleums. I usually don't turn on the light, but I saw a flashlight, and on the night vision I was seeing what looked like something black just hiding there. If it was security, they would 100% have a flashlight on, or at least some sort of light.
As he nears the mausoleum, where he once saw what looked like a baby running across a path, his anxiety peaks. Every sound feels like a warning. He tries to finish his outro, but more noises interrupt him. It becomes clear there's more than one person in that cemetery. Maybe they're homeless, maybe they're just trespassers, or maybe they're there for something much darker. Either way, Frank makes the smart move and gets out.
That is 100% not security. Had that been security, they would have lit me up like a light bulb. I gotta make my way back out of here. I wanted to work down there where the person is, but I'm gonna skip it for probably another time. You guys let me know what you guys want to do. But that's not security, and I don't want to risk my chances in the dark with a random homeless guy or whoever the hell's inside the cemetery while I'm carrying all my stuff with me. Okay, so update. There's definitely more than one person. I know I'm trying to finish the outro, and I keep getting shit, but I got my book bag and I got all my stuff, so I'm good.
What I love about this video is the blurring line between paranormal and real-world danger. Was this La Llorona, a restless spirit? Or was Frank being stalked by people who had no business being in a cemetery at 2 a.m.? The SLS figures, the crying sounds, the unmoving person in the dark. It all feels like a horror movie unfolding in real life. And honestly, I don't know what's scarier anymore, the dead or the living. So now I want to hear from you. What do you think was going on in that graveyard? Was it paranormal, a hoax, or something far more sinister than either of those? Have you ever experienced something like this, where fear and confusion mix together and you can't trust your senses anymore? Drop your theories in the comments. I'm really curious what you all think happened that night. Angelo, a well-known YouTuber behind the channel, Exploring with Angelo. If you followed his adventures, you know he's no stranger to the eerie and unexplained, often diving headfirst into haunted forests and abandoned structures. But this time, Angelo decides to try something a little different, randonautica. Like many others, he's seen the trend spreading across social media, people using the mysterious app to discover strange and often unsettling locations. Curiosity gets the better of him, and he sets out, not knowing that tonight's journey will take a truly sinister turn.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Randonautica adventure. So I haven't done this for a couple of days, been working on some other stuff, and for those of you that don't know what Randonautica is, it is this crazy app that takes you on nutso adventures. You find some weird stuff, strange things sometimes, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. Can also be kind of scary. Anyways, it uses sort of like a quantum physics. You use an intent and it brings you to a point on your map, and sometimes there are things actually related to your intent.
With only a flashlight in hand, he enters a dense, dark forest, expecting nothing more than a creepy but harmless exploration. But within minutes, something feels off. That familiar uneasy feeling starts creeping in, as though someone is watching. At first, Angelo brushes it off, probably just nerves, but then he sees him.
Somebody's like out there, or that's kind of weird. Heard something. Thought I heard something over here too. Oh, what the f? Hi? Can I help you? What the f? Okay, that's creepy. What are you doing?
A man, leaning against a tree, his hood pulled low, face obscured by shadow. Angelo calls out, hoping for some sort of response. But the man doesn't move. He just stands there, silently watching.
Okay, this is really weird. What the hell? Why are you just standing there? Okay, this is getting really weird. Hello? Okay. Why is he just standing there? Yeah, I don't know what your problem is, but...
Unnerved, Angelo presses forward, trying to shake the image from his mind. But the deeper he goes, the stranger things get. That's when he stumbles upon something truly bizarre.
Towards me. Where the hell is he going? Okay, are you kidding me right now? Sorry for all the swearing, guys, but like... yeah. I'm gonna avoid going in that direction. I don't know what to make of that, but let's just hope they left. What the hell was that all about? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who the hell that guy was and why he was just standing there. It's like he was watching me. Okay, that was weird. Okay, I'm gonna just continue on. I think he's gone at this point that was just weird. Alright, Alright, Halton Hills, what is your deal with the weirdos? What the hell? What the heck?
A multicolored skull, half buried in the dirt. He kneels down, inspecting it, thinking maybe it's just part of the app's odd experiences. But then, he hears something.
What the heck is this? I don't know what this is. It looks like a... There's definitely something on it. I thought I heard something. What the hell? It's like some lights out there. Probably a house or something. There are like houses on one side of this.
Rustling, faint, but deliberate. He turns toward the sound, and that's when he sees him again.
Kind of creepy, but... Okay. Well, let's just hope that dude is completely gone, because... What the f... Okay, no, I think that's just a tree. No. Oh, you again. What the... Okay. Nope. What is this guy's problem? Oh, he's coming. Okay. That's creepy. Oh. Yo, what is this dude's problem? Yo, stay! No! Okay. What the...
The same figure, now on the other side of the forest. Closer this time, moving slowly, quietly, like he's trying not to be seen. There's no mistaking it now.
Are you kidding me right now? What the... Okay. I think he's gone.
This person isn't just some bystander. He's following Angelo. With adrenaline pumping, Angelo turns and bolts, racing back through the woods, flashlight shaking in his grip. Every snap twig behind him sounds like a footstep. Every shadow feels like it's closing in. Finally, after what feels like forever, he breaks through the tree line and reaches his car. He jumps in, locks the doors, and drives off, his heart still pounding in his chest. What started as a curious experiment turned into a night he'll never forget. Because sometimes, the scariest thing you can find in the woods is another person. In February 2024, German YouTuber Felix, known for his long-running urban exploration channel Adventure Buddy, Felix, alongside two of his close friends, traveled to Italy to investigate a luxury hotel that had been abandoned sometime between the early and mid-2000s. Though its exact location was never disclosed, Felix mentioned the building had long since become a hotspot for squatters and the homeless. Despite that, the trio was eager to document what remained inside. Upon entering, they were surprised by the hotel's condition. Despite decades of abandonment, the structure was in remarkably good shape. No broken windows, no vandalized walls, no signs of looting. It was almost as if time had simply stood still. As they moved deeper, they uncovered traces of the hotel's former elegance. A massive indoor swimming pool, a massage parlor, and even a fully intact sauna. For nearly 10 minutes, the exploration went smoothly. No strange sounds, no evidence of recent activity. Just an eerie silence lingering in the halls. That all changed when they began exploring the upper levels.
So das Gefühl, dass das Ding pleite gegangen ist. In manchen Zimmern hast du hier so Aufkleber, wie so Insolvenzaufkleber, zumindest kenne ich das. Oh, mein Gott, der Wind fegt hier auch durch. Zumindest kenne ich das aus Deutschland so. Was natürlich heißen würde, dass hier wahrscheinlich nicht mehr allzu viel Inventar zurückgelassen wurde, wenn es wahrscheinlich dann irgendwie alles veräußert wurde. Naja, hier sind wir auf jeden Fall. Was? Okay. Unschwer zu erkennen. Jetzt sind wir hier aber auf der Etage mit den Hotelzimmern und hier steht doch tatsächlich noch was drin. Da hätte ich jetzt nicht mit gerechnet. Betten, Schränke, also es war alles so Einbauschränke. Es riecht so, ne? Du? Es riecht so, ne? Als wäre hier irgendwie noch jemand.
While approaching one of the rooms, the group suddenly heard something. Faint noises, movement, a muffled sound. Felix immediately froze, listening closely. He motioned to his friends to stay quiet. Then, carefully, he stepped into a nearby room. There, he found several empty bottles scattered across the floor, and a thick, pungent smell in the air. Moments later, one of his friends called out quietly. In another room, he had discovered garbage bags, more empty bottles, and personal belongings. It was becoming clear. Someone was living here. Curiosity gave way to caution. The group decided to investigate the source of the noise, and carefully made their way toward the door they believed it had come from. That's when it happened.
Da hat definitiv wer gelebt.
Ja, auch wenn man sich mal diesen Stuhlkreis da anguckt, der da offen.
Entweder ist das hier so eine kleine Partyhöhle oder eine Crackhöhle, wie man das immer so kennt, so. Weil da hinten, ist Haufen Bierflaschen, da haben Leute geschlafen, da sind Müllsäcke aufgehangen, sogar gegrillt wurde da anscheinend.
So riecht sie auch, finde ich.
Ja.
Hier, finde ich, riecht's verkohlt. Oh. Ist da was hinter? Sorry. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh.
Everything alright?
Mach mal die Kamera weg. English? Can you do this? Okay. Okay. Sorry, just taking photos, okay? Okay, thank you.
We're going.
Ciao. Oh, mein Herz. Mein Herz, das habe ich ja noch nicht.
As they approached, the door suddenly swung open. Standing in the doorway was a man, disheveled, wide-eyed, and clearly startled. The explorers froze, immediately apologizing for the intrusion. The man, without a word, slammed the door shut. Shaken, the group turned around and quickly walked away, their adrenaline now fully kicking in. Later, Felix revealed that the man appeared to be intoxicated. His eyes were heavily dilated, and on a nearby table inside the room, the group spotted what looked like illegal substances. Though the man never acted violently, his appearance and behavior were enough to send the group packing. They had seen enough. Not wanting to risk another encounter, they ended their exploration and made their way out of the hotel, thankfully unharmed. Looking back, Felix admitted they were extremely lucky. Encounters like this don't always end peacefully. Urban explorers around the world have reported being threatened, harassed, and even attacked by squatters or individuals involved in illegal activity inside abandoned places. This time, they walked away. But next time, it might not be so easy. So, what do you think? Were they just in the wrong place at the wrong time? Or was this hotel hiding something even darker? This video comes from a channel called Co-op Dog Prone. It documents what was supposed to be a carefree weekend camping trip between 6 friends. With tents, hammocks, and a camera in hand, their only goal was to relax, capture memories, and maybe pull a few harmless pranks on each other. But somewhere in those woods, things took a turn none of them were prepared for. It all starts innocently enough. The group laughs as they set up camp, joke around, and even stage a fake ritual using leftover food, just to scare one of the others. It's the kind of playful chaos you'd expect from close friends enjoying the outdoors. But as the sun dips below the trees, something begins to shift.
Here we are. Say hi. There we go. We got this tent over here all set up.
Keegan, put that away. You gotta finish unpacking, bro. I'm gonna prank them really bad. I have some leftovers from our lunch earlier. I'm gonna make it seem like, I don't know, there was a seance or a ritual happening. So if we do something right here. Add a little bit more to it. Okay, yeah, there we go. That looks like something. All right, I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna call them up here. Hey, guys, come here. I found something really, really creepy. Come here. I don't know what it is. Yeah, What the heck?
Oh, that's weird. Dude, that's just someone's chicken bones.
No, dude, it looks like some kind of like spirit shrine, something like that, you'd use for a ritual.
Strange. Oh yeah, really?
Yeah. I feel like it's calling to me. I need to.
Ah, Jesus. Got you.
The scene is familiar. Cheap tents, folding chairs, and the restless energy of a summer night. The only real concern at first is a low rumble of thunder in the distance. Storm clouds gather slowly overhead, and the thick air takes on that heavy, charged feeling that always comes before the rain. Someone jokes that they're in the eye of the storm, but the joke doesn't quite land. The mood is starting to turn.
To start and then finally stop so we can go back out and, you know, chill around a fire.
All right, guys, it's about to rain. We're in kind of the eye of the storm right now. There's something bad coming up. Jacob's coming in here. I don't know. It's kind of spooky out there. It's getting dark.
As the wind picks up in uneven bursts, the laughter fades. The group resigns themselves to a rainy night inside their tents, bored, a little disappointed, and unaware that the unease they're feeling is only just beginning to take root. Then comes the first sound. It's subtle, easy to ignore. One of them brushes it off as another prank. But when someone's pushed to go outside and check, that light-hearted energy evaporates.
I swear, I just heard a sound, but I could just be going crazy. Guys, wake up. David, I heard a noise outside. I swear. It was like a howl, like a scream, something.
What's going on? You already did this.
No, I'm not. I promise.
It's almost 4 in the morning. Where are you?
Jesus. Yeah?
It might be easier if we all go the 3 different directions.
Yeah, I think that's good, because he can be anywhere.
Hey.
One of them is missing. At first, they assume he's just messing with them, trying to scare the group for fun. But as the minutes drag on without a response, the tension rises. They call his name into the woods, but there's no answer, just silence. Panic begins to creep in. Arguments break out. The footage grows shaky and disoriented. The jokes are gone. Now it's fear. Real, gut-level fear.
Okay, wait. So we're last. Something's definitely happening here. I swear to God,
you guys are getting me back, right? You wouldn't do that?
Oh, I swear to God, dude. I thought we...
Eventually, they split up to search for their friend, but the video ends before anything is found. Abruptly. No resolution, no answers, no closure. What happened out there? If this footage is authentic, and many believe it is, then a simple camping trip may have ended in something far more tragic. There's no follow-up, no names, no official report. Just this unsettling video and the feeling that something went very, very wrong. And sometimes the scariest part of a story isn't what we see. It's what we never find out. So, what do you think happened that night? Was it all an elaborate hoax, carefully staged for views? Or did something truly go wrong deep in those woods? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Nick and Julie have built a following around their peaceful van life and nature-filled adventures. On their YouTube channel, simply titled Nick and Julie, they share serene hikes, scenic drives, and quiet nights spent deep in the wilderness. But even the calmest places can sometimes carry an unsettling undercurrent. In this video, what begins as a relaxing evening in nature slowly turns into something far more unnerving. The couple sets off through Kentucky's stunning Red River Gorge, eventually making their way to a remote corner of the Daniel Boone National Forest. The plan is simple: hike by day, camp by night, and enjoy the stillness that only true isolation can offer. The day is perfect. Sunlight pours through the trees as they take the sky lift up to the natural bridge, an iconic sandstone arch perched high above the forest. On the hike back down, the trail is lined with the fading blooms of rhododendron, and the scent of pine floats gently in the air. It's the kind of day that reminds you why people fall in love with the outdoors. Later, after exploring the area, they settle on a peaceful campsite beside a quiet creek.
Back to the camper from the natural bridge. It said it's supposed to be a 3-mile hike, but it definitely feels like 4. We're gonna get to the camper and then we're gonna head out and try to find a spot for the night. Since we've never been here before, it might take a little bit of time to find a good spot. And here in Daniel Boone National Forest, you are allowed to camp in the forest. You just need to get a permit, which we did earlier today. So we need to find a good spot before it gets too dark and we're stuck making dinner in the dark.
At first, it feels like the perfect place to spend the night. But as dusk creeps in and the shadows stretch between the trees, something starts to feel off. They try to shake the feeling and focus on dinner. The routine of cooking helps a little, chopping, stirring, tasting, but the unease lingers. There's something about the silence that doesn't feel comforting anymore. It feels heavy. Then, out of nowhere, two four-wheelers emerge from the forest and stop just feet from their camper.
First of all, there's a bottle of alcohol in the tree. And then there's a bunch of gun shells. There's a shotgun shell. There's a gun cartridge there. There's some broken glass. There's another gun cartridge. When we were driving in, we broke our V-boost antenna. Probably got snagged on a tree branch or something. I'm feeling creeped out right now.
Yeah, I think so.
People sometimes come here to party and shoot guns or something, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and they drive four-wheelers and stuff.
Yeah, this is all like
tire tracks and
mud, so hopefully it'll be a quiet night.
it should be. We've been here for like an hour. There's nobody driving here. Add some more Parmesan cheese on top. Very good.
Let's give this a try. I'm really hungry from the hike that we did. That's really good. That's delicious. While we were making dinner, some like two four-wheelers drove up from the woods. And they kind of just like parked in front of our truck and camper, and they just stood there for about like, how long do you think it was? Like a good 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The engine's cut, but the riders don't get off. They say nothing, just sit there, watching. There's no cell service here, no one to call, and no way to know what these strangers want, or if they're going to leave. Eventually, without a word, the riders turn around and disappear into the trees. But the damage is already done. The sense of safety is gone. Nick and Julie quickly decide not to stay the night.
But I don't know if I want to stay here. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think it's worth the risk or whatever, just in case.
Yeah, we're not sure what it was all about.
Yeah.
If it was just, they're just standing there for no reason, or if they just don't want people staying here.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Yeah, they didn't say anything. They just parked in front of the truck.
Yeah, so it's just
for
kind of
20
weird.
minutes.
There's no service here.
Yeah.
And it's just in the middle of the woods. There's no one here, so we don't know what that was all about.
I think it's best to just pack up and leave at this point, just in case. Who knows? Better be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
They pack up in silence, the weight of the encounter hanging thick in the air. It's strange how fast a place can shift, from peaceful to ominous. One moment you're making dinner by a stream, the next you're questioning every sound, every shadow, every sign you missed. A bottle tucked in a tree, a shell casing on the ground. These little things suddenly feel like warnings. Some places welcome you in, others don't. And sometimes the silence is telling you exactly what you need to hear. So they leave, not because of a clear threat, but because of a feeling, a message whispered by the forest itself. You're not meant to stay here.